How much does it cost to travel to Dubai and Abu Dhabi? One of the most incredible trips in the world. It's not as expensive as everyone thinks. In this video, we'll explain the cost of everything: airfare, cell phone chip, travel insurance, accommodation, tours and food, how much you need to make a budget trip to Dubai and Abu Dhabi with a bit more comfort depending on your profile. So come on, this video is really good. Quick useful tips and no waiting around, guys. So don't forget to give us a like, that's very important. That thumbs up is gonna help you a lot. Subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot as well, and buckle up. For those of you who don't know me, guys, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're going to talk about Abu Dhabi and Dubai, which are some of the destinations that are starting to become more popular with tourists from all over the world. Guys, Dubai and Abu Dhabi both surprised me a lot. They're very nice cities to visit. I was worried about the culture and customs, but these are cities that are already more internationalized and have their own culture, which is very nice, and they are incredible destinations. A lot of people think, oh, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all that luxury, all that gold, all those sheikhs, it must be very expensive, must be a pain to travel there, and it's not. I'll show you here, apart from the airfare, which is actually more expensive because it's further away, it's not that expensive. Accommodation, meals, and tickets are very similar to the cost of a trip to the United States or Europe, so let's go. I'll explain everything you need to know here. So I'm going to quickly explain all the math to you. I took a 10-day period considering 6 days in Dubai and 4 in Abu Dhabi. You can change it, but just to give us an idea of the budget, I think it's a good division: 6 Dubai, 4 Abu Dhabi. I've taken October 5th to 15th. Why am I explaining this? Because October is mid-season. If you want to go in December, January or February, it's high season and the prices will be higher. If you want to go in June, July, August, which is the summer, it will be cheaper. And why is that? Because it's so hot there. It's really hot. Some people say, oh, I like the heat, but no, it's hot in the middle of the desert. You practically can't travel there, so it's much cheaper. And the winter period, which isn't really winter there, it'll be about 35 degrees, sometimes even 38 Celsius in winter, and that's when you get the most out of it. So it's more expensive. Just so you know, these tips that I have a big influence on the budget. I went in October, which I think is an intermediate month. It's cheaper than high season. There's already good weather. Summer isn't so hot anymore. You can enjoy the city a bit more, and it's not so crowded. So October is fine. So let's get started. Our little table over here has two columns, which I always do: economy and comfort. Economy is the person who likes to travel while saving as much as possible on everything. They want to save money. And the comfort column is for those who want a little more comfort, a nicer hotel, more sightseeing, a nicer trolley, a little more luxury, and to enjoy their trip more. So let's get to it. Starting with the plane tickets, the airfare is what weighs most heavily on a trip there, because to Dubai, we flew from Guarulhos, São Paulo, Brazil to Dubai. That's 14 hours. There are direct flights. The flight is very good, usually with Emirates. We love traveling with it. It's sensational. It's more spacious. It's more enjoyable, but it takes a long time. So because it's so far away, fuel, staff, the flight ends up being more expensive. There's no way. We did some research here, and the round trip costs $1,000 with a stopover in Europe. There are several places in Europe that have stopovers, so that's $1,000, or a direct flight. In the comfort column, for those who want to fly directly, we're going to put $1,200. Sometimes you can find promotions that are a little cheaper, but sometimes you can also find much more expensive deals depending on the season. And remember, all these prices I'm putting here are per person. So all these costs here are for one person. So if there are two of you, you multiply by 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, guys. And now let's talk about accommodation. The accommodation, guys, is very nice because the hotels there are incredible. 5-star, the sheikhs there, we realized that they like to build big things and compete with each other. The biggest building in the world, next year they'll inaugurate another of the biggest buildings in the world, another of the biggest, the most luxurious hotel, and they compete a lot to attract people. They want it to become a world tourism hub, so the prices are cheap. For hotels that you would stay in here in the United States, in a 3 or 4 star hotel, there you stay in a 5-star hotel. So try to do your research. You can stay very well in those 10 days of accommodation. Stay in good hotels, 4 and 5 star. We considered $700 in the comfort column. Top hotels, very good. I'll even put the ones we stayed in here in the video description. In Dubai, it was sensational, next to the Burj Khalifa, which is the biggest building in the world, with the biggest shopping mall in the world underneath, an incredible hotel. Check it out, it's sensational and superbly located. And in Abu Dhabi, a very nice hotel on the beach. You can enjoy the beach in Abu Dhabi. It's well located, it's incredible. Take a look, I'll leave it in the description of the video and here in the first comment. These 2 hotels that we found sensational. And for those who want to go cheap, those who want to go a little cheaper, economy, you can find accommodation for these 10 days for $460. They'll be good hotels. If you want very cheap hotels, I don't even know if that's right, but you can get a little cheaper than that. But $460 will get you 3-star hotels that are well located and well rated. And now let's talk about transportation. For transportation, how to get around in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, there are cabs and they work very well. They're not that expensive. There's Uber. We use Uber more because it's easier for you to dictate your destination. You don't have to communicate in Arabic with the driver. Although they do speak pretty good English, you can manage, but we found the Uber much easier and more practical, so we used it very well. Uber works. We've also rented a car there. It's very nice. A lot of people rent cars there because they're cheap. Do some research and you will see that car rentals there are cheap. They do this to stimulate tourism, and you can go from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. It's an hour and 20 by car, so you can make that trip and save on transfers, so you have all these costs. Have a look. If you want to think about the price of renting a car, I'll put a car rental comparison website here in the video description. It's an incredible website that we discovered years ago. We use them a lot all over the world. They compare prices from all the rental companies and show you the cheapest possible prices. It's very good, very cool. Take a look there. You pick it up at Dubai Airport as soon as you arrive, then you can save money on the hotel transfer, and then you go to Abu Dhabi and drop off in Abu Dhabi or return to Dubai. Then you can work out the logistics. If you don't want to rent a car, you can use a cab or Uber. We've calculated the transfers here. I'm going to put in 2 columns $200, which is the price either for you to rent the car and go with 2 people, split it, and it will be $1,000 for each of you, or for you to make these transfers, that's about $20 for the transfer to Dubai Airport, then 10 for you, 10 for the person you're with, and 10 more to get back, $100 to get from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. So I've done the math. I've rounded up to about $200 what you spend on Uber, taxi if you're in 2 people. If you want to buy, there's a very good website. I'll leave it here in the video description too. It sells all the tickets and tours there. It's sensational. It's a very good website. It's the cheapest we've found so far. Everything was perfect with all the tours with them. And there are transfers. You click there in the city Dubai and click on transfer. You can select and see the price of everything. How much does a car cost to get from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, from Dubai Airport to the center to the hotel in Dubai, and you can do the math. It's a little good website. You can keep everything well organized, pay less, and it's super easy, guys. It's super practical, and the best of all, it's super safe. It's a good service that we always use and we totally recommend you use. And travel insurance. International travel insurance is extremely important for the whole of Europe. To give you an idea how important it is, it's mandatory, so get one, especially when you're going somewhere so different and in the desert. It could be something for your health. If you need it, you'll be covered. It's very cheap. It's $30. I'm going to put on both of columns because it's good travel insurance that covers everything you need for 10 days of traveling per person, so it's cheap and it will cover you for a lot of expenses that you might unfortunately incur during your trip. And the price is cheap. You say, Gabriel, the price is too cheap, everything's much more expensive. For what I can see, it's because it's also a price comparator. I'll leave the website here for you to see. Guys, use the links below because they are websites that we discovered years ago while researching, traveling, and wanting to save money. They are places that help you save a lot and hire the best services. Take a look below and you will see that your trip will be even cheaper than you thought it could ever be. And now let's talk about the internet chip. Nowadays you can't travel abroad without the internet on your cell phone, so you can use Waze, Google Maps, know where to go, the time of things, do research, post photos on social networks. So it's an international travel SIM card that we use. It's very good. It's the best value for money. It has an excellent signal, unlimited internet, you choose for days. We're charging $70 for both of us. It's a good SIM card that covers your entire trip for those 10 days. It depends on the number of days in the package you're going to buy, but I'll leave the link below. Take a look, but that's about it. $70 so you can use your cell phone's internet at will. Gabriel, but isn't there Wi-Fi? There is. For example, in the mall there, I remember there was Wi-Fi and good Wi-Fi, but when you leave the mall, when you're in the Uber, in addition, hotels sometimes charge for Wi-Fi, some give it for free, but most charge for Wi-Fi. So we thought that having the internet working, especially there, which is a totally different culture, was super important, guys. So don't forget to take your travel chip so you can use freely the internet in your cell phone with no problems. And now talking about the tours, the coolest part in my opinion, guys, there are incredible rides both in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. They're building incredible things there. Every year they open a different attraction. What I think you can't miss in the economy one, I put $200, which is for you to buy the ticket to go up the Burj Khalifa, which is the largest building in the world and has the largest shopping mall in the world underneath, which also has an aquarium inside. For those with children, it's a great experience. When our daughter went, she loved it. So you buy a ticket there to climb to the top of the Burj Khalifa, see the whole city, and then go to the aquarium. You can also go to the Museum of the Future, which is one of Dubai's main museums. It's beautiful. The Frame Dubai, which is like a picture frame, it's the most beautiful thing. The photos will make it easier to understand what Frame Dubai is. It's beautiful, and it's a museum inside, so you'll visit both. And one tour that I think you can't miss is the desert. It's the desert tour. You go on a desert safari. It's a very nice jeep. They show you the desert, the animals there are camels, there's all their culture there, the falcons they used to hunt. It's very cool, and there's dinner at the end. It's an incredible tour. There's a dinner at night in the desert with their dance there, Arabic. It's an incredible experience. I think this was the coolest tour of all. We really enjoyed it. It was an experience unlike anything we've ever seen. Here on the website I mentioned it. Take a look at the prices. There are several tours. It will open your mind to see what the possibilities are for doing the tours both in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. But in Dubai, these will be the essentials, $200. If you have a bit more money to spare, I'll put $400 in the comfort column so you can do the tours I've just mentioned it. And also Abu Dhabi, there's the Warner Brothers Park. It's a very cool park. It's the largest indoor park in the world. They do everything covered there because the weather is very hot. It can't be an open park like here in Orlando, so they do incredible things. There are lots of attractions. There are lots of different characters. I'll put the photos and videos here so you can see more or less what it's like. There's also the Ferrari Park, which has the fastest roller coaster in the world. There are lots of cool attractions, so these are the two parks that are well worth going to. And then there's something else you want to visit, some attraction, because there's so much. So with $400 you can do all of this with no problem at all. And let's move on to the last item in the table so that we can arrive at our total amount for each of the profiles. Here I've included food. I've put $100 a day in economy, which is $200 for the 10-day trip, and $40 a day in comfort. To the $20 a day in economy is if you go to cheaper places, because there are expensive restaurants there, but there's also fast food. There's McDonald's, there's Pizza Hut, there's Five Guys. Five Guys is a restaurant we love here. It's super cheap. It's a fast food restaurant, but we think it's one of the best in the United States. There are lots of cheap options for you to eat, so $20 a day, the budget profile, and $40 for those who want to go to a cooler restaurant, do something different, have some wine, only in the hotel, restaurants, shopping malls, or on the streets. There's no alcohol because of their religion, their culture. They only make it available in hotel restaurants and bars, so it would be about $40, which is $400 during the comfort. And then we have the final price, which surprisingly was the same as the prices in the United States for trips to Europe. Here on the channel we have videos of everything, how much it costs to travel to France, to Portugal, Italy, Argentina, Miami, Orlando, everything, and it's more or less the same. It can vary depending on the season and the number of days, but it's an incredible trip, really great, Very beautiful places for the cost. I think it's super worth it. If you're in doubt about whether to go there or to other places, I recommend it because it was an incredible experience for us, guys. We recommend. And down here, I'll give you all the links so you can start putting your trip together because it will be much cheaper. These are all the places we discovered. Take a look and you'll be able to plan everything. We've chewed it all up for you here below. Everything is going to be very well organized. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps us a lot. And don't forget to check out these 2 very good videos that I'm going to leave here to help you plan your trip to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much and have nice trips.